Welcome back to Earth is Ghetto, the podcast where we tell the truth, laugh through the chaos, and still try to evolve. Because who? Earth be doing the most. Today is Thursday, January 29th, and if you made it here, congratulations. You survived another week on this wild little planet. I'm your host, Love, and today we're getting into the news you need to know, the inspiration you didn't know you needed, and a little entertainment to keep your spirit from rage-quitting reality. So take a breath, unclench your jaw, sip your drink, water or wine, no judgment, and let's get into it. Because the world is loud, life is weird, and Earth is ghetto, but we're still here.
What up, y'all? Happy Thursday. I went to the grocery store to get it over with before it snows again, and surprisingly, it was very empty, which I love. I've started watching Wonder Man on Disney because I like y'all. I'm trying to get into it. It seems decent. I haven't formulated my honest opinion on it yet, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Life is quiet for now. My son's birthday is coming up soon, which is crazy. He's about to be an old man, and that means I'm an old woman. Other than that, y'all, that's really it that I have going on in my world, and I'm so thankful that life is quiet right now. This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice, be exceedingly and abundantly glad in it. Let's get into this news. So Taylor Swift's wedding invites are out, and they come with NDAs attached. She like, y'all better not say nothing to nobody. President Trump urges Iran to negotiate on nuclear weapons or face the force of American ships. Juan Carlo Esposito says he wants to play Professor X with Denzel Washington as Magneto. Now, I could really get behind this. That would be so freaking cool. Hermes is accused of checking where you live before letting you buy a Birkin. I mean, they bougie. President Trump calls for the ridiculous Bill Belichick Hall of Fame snub to be overturned. I love how Trump thinks he can control everything that happens in America. Nicki posted her Trump gold card. Nicki Minaj, she was hanging out with Trump today. They like besties. Gervonta Davis arrested in Miami after weeks-long search. Kelly Osbourne's looking kind of sickly lately. I know her daddy passed away, and she's not looking that great. Keep her in your prayers. The Isley brothers received their star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. La da 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 da. I can't read this. Let's see. Satana Flight 8849 crashed near Cucuta, Colombia with 15 people on board. Currently no signs of survivor. Tax season is underway, and Trump is urging families to sign up for his so-called Trump accounts when they file for their 2025 returns. La Roche is styling Lauren Sanchez, Jeff Bezos' wife. Listen, don't be mad at Law. If she got money, he's gonna do it. Justin Bieber, 4-time Grammy nominee this year, will perform at Sunday's awards ceremony, making his first major public performance on the program in 4 years. Ray J says doctors told him he has just months to live. Bruce Willis hasn't a clue he's got dementia, according to his wife. Says she's thankful for his ignorance. Prosecutors have accused the top aide to former New York City Mayor Eric Adams of accepting diamond earrings from 2 real estate developers and pressuring the city regulators to expedite their construction project. Of course, they gon', Eric's getting away with his hands clean on this one. Bill Cosby quietly confessed in court to giving quaaludes to drug women before Smex. This is Nikki and Trump holding hands. So this lady, Shirley Raines, the founder of Beauty to the Streets and known for her volunteer work in the homeless communities in Los Angeles, passed away. She was only 58. And I just loved watching her. She would do so much for the homeless in LA, from dyeing their hair to feeding them to making sure they had, I loved watching her TikToks when she was alive, and it's really sad that she passed away. She was only 58. Somebody said Nikki was big. I don't know, but Nikki hanging with Trump is just hilarious. I don't know what trajectory Nikki is on, but it's strange. So this Bay Area cafe owner shut down her business after being viciously mocked online for selling $22 grilled cheese. Ain't no grilled cheese that good, honey. $22. Beloved CBS meteorologist unalived in a plane crash after his aircraft plunged into an icy river. Hey, bro. New court docs show the accused unaliver Michael McKee had been stalking his ex-wife Monique and had entered their home 3 weeks prior to their unalivements. The affidavit reads that McKee went to their homes while the couple was in Indiana at a Big Ten game. So he just was really mad about her moving on. So sad. A private plane carrying the Deputy Chief Minister of India's Western Maharashtra state, Ajit Pawar, crashed in an open field in western India on Wednesday, unaliving the official and 4 other people on board. Texas-based restaurant chain Twin Peaks files for Chapter 11. Pornhub is pulling the plug in the UK as the law tightens to trigger major access shutdown. Let's see here. I thought she already was a citizen of the United States. I could have swore. But I don't know what she got going on. Carnival Cruise Line is heading to Africa for the first time ever. Y'all want to sail away to Africa? Alright. Can't believe Nikki going outside like that.
Be careful. Let me get in front of you that way, Mom. Y'all, I'm so scared.
Yeah, this one's hard.
Only this part or the whole level?
Yeah, just this part.
It's all good.
Gabby, you getting off?
Yeah. Be careful. Alright, go what's that? I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh Lord.
The way that she still was thinking about doing it, I would have been good on that. Because too much has happened at this point. Like, no. way that raccoon was after her and only her, and it was out in the daytime, yeah.
Oh, man, shit! Sound like a fun man now. They're here. You got it like hey, y'all thought y'all gonna be late, man. That's a heater, bro. Yeah, nigga, get down. I do this shit all the time, nigga. Come on with it, nigga. Nigga, we finna be late. Hurry up. Shit, I'm on the way. Is this safe? How we get down?
They made it to work, I guess. I mean, it's funny, but how much did y'all spend on that? Because I would need my money back. Like, they can't even stand up properly.
Jesus! Oh, man! Don't do it like that, don't. Oh, Lord! Goddamn it! Oh, hold on! Go! Oh, goddamn! Hey, man! Down! Jesus! Get up now! Oh, goddamn! Oh, hit your motherfucking head! What is it? Bam! Hold on! Bam! Wham! Oh, shit! Goddamn it! Whoa! Whoa! He having a heart attack! Oh, shit! Don't hurt him! Oh, Lord! Don't do it! Look at his eyes, bro. They cross. Jesus, Lord. Lord, he hurts. Oh, he got a cramp. Go.
They was cutting a fool. Everybody's face just standing there like wondering what's going on is the funniest part.
Hey, check this out, man. True. Unclean in this bitch. Now I'm finna show the lean in this bitch. Nigga buck. Carbon 15 in this bitch. This Grand Hustle team of kings is getting rich. I lean and get lit. Lima bean 6, I take breath. The opposite of Primatine miss. I ride 26 and let my 9 screen flip. Tro be watching Oprah Mac 90 beam clip. This a triple black phantom, but now they ain't tilt. These luggage on diamonds, but now they ain't flip. Man, bounce, hold on, okay. Then I let my shoulder lean, and I bet my car talk, and I bet my motor clean. Suicide doors, brown rover look like poking bean. Everybody know me in the club, cause they smoking me. Oh, they scoping me. Ice come from Boca Raton. 100 carat ham grow for an eon. Red, black, and white Chevy, now I'm riding Dion. Put them lights up in my rim, now I'm riding neon. Our cars look like Creon. Hoes no one the man, though. I can show the lean. I don't know how to dance, though. Bounce right and left and let you shoulder lean. Yeah. Shoulder lean. Yeah. Shoulder lean. Hey, check this.
This kind of hard.
So one time I was dating this guy who had a speech impediment and he had a small wewe. Not that it goes together or anything, but it just so happened that he had both of these things happening to him at once, right? Unfortunate. But I remember the first time, like before we ever like hooked up with each other or anything, he was like warning me about it, I guess. And he was like, yeah, it's actually smaller than average because I have a buff defect. He tried to blame his small PP on his buff defect. I'm sorry, it's funny. So one time.
Poor guy.
Taxi Driver is about Robert De Niro, and he is an Uber driver in the year 1970. he's a pretty good guy, but he does stalk this hot blonde woman that's working in an office building, trying to elect the new mayor. One day he gets the courage to ask her out, and he takes her out to a porno, because he actually had to go to those in a theater back then and whack off in the seat. She's not about that. She gets really upset. So she leaves, and he feels emasculated, so he buys a bunch of guns and shaves his head and talks to himself in a mirror. He's like, "You talking to me? Are you talking to me?" That's where that's from. He tries to shoot the mayor. It doesn't work. He gets caught. But then he gets away. And he still has all the guns and all the rage, so then he tries to shoot a bunch of pimps that are whoring out a young Jodie Foster. That does work. He kills them all, and he survives. And he goes to the hospital, and the news breaks, and he's famous. And then a couple months pass, and he's in the cab with the blonde girl. And she's like, "I heard what you did for those kids." She's flirting with him. But he doesn't ask her out. And that's the end of the movie. Yeah, moral of the story, if you shoot the right people, a woman will want you. 8.3.
Honestly, I remember that movie, but I don't remember watching it.
This is really scary. I found out that if you're hyper aware, so for instance, if you're one of those people who, when someone comes in a room, you can see that they're sad and you try and go and fix it and help them and see what you can do, and you don't stop until they feel better, you're actually crossing the line. And here's what I mean. When you ask somebody something and they say, "Well," you say, "Oh, what's wrong?" And they go, "Oh, nothing, I'll be okay." Bro, stop. Don't, because what you do is, I know exactly what you're trying to do. You try and go and be like, "Oh, I'm going to make them laugh. I'm going to take them to their favorite this. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do something for them because I know that will make me feel better." No, bro, they just told you, don't do nothing. But your nervous system is dysregulated. Your nervous system is saying, "I got to fix it. I got to do something." No, you fucking don't. And also, I hate to tell you this, it doesn't mean that you actually give a fuck about them either. This is really scary. I found out.
Some people just gotta fix stuff.
Because what you mean you're suing the hospital because the doctor told you you're pregnant. However, you identify as a man and you believe that men can't get pregnant, so you refuse to accept those results. What?
I had a friend who wanted to try a psychic reading. She just wanted to do it just to see what would happen. And the psychic told her that her granddaddy was coming to visit her in the form of a bee. I said, "Oh, did your granddaddy like bees?" She go, "Nope, barely talked to him. And he not even dead." She said half the stuff she was saying wasn't even true. And me and her laughed about it ever since. It was like an inside joke. Every time we would go to the park and we seen a bee, she'd be like, "There go my granddaddy." She see a bee nest, it's like, "There go my granddaddy house." And me and her kept this up for years. One day I called her and I'm like, "Girl, come get your granddaddy," because me and him, we just got to fighting in the parking lot. I said I was pulling up to the store and I had my window cracked and he got in through the window. I said I just started swinging on him with my shoe. He didn't know what hit him. I said I got him a good 4 times and then he left back out the window. I said I could have got out the car and finished him off, but I just let him go free. My friend is on the phone hollering, screaming. I said, bet he won't get in my ear doing all that again. All that bzzz. I turn around and the lady looking at me like, she said, "In this parking lot?" I said, "Oh no, it wasn't a person. It was a bee." No fight took place. Didn't nobody get in my car. My friend went to a psychic and the psychic told her that her granddaddy was a bee. Her granddaddy not dead. It was just a little joke. It's like a little insider joke. I said, I don't hit old people. I don't hit elderly people. She said, "Oh, okay." I just walked away. I said, "I'm going to a different store." She minded everybody else's business but her own. My friend said she laughed so hard she threw up. I had a friend who wanted to try.
Are you going to swallow it or do you want it on your chest? That's the thing with anger and pride. If you're not going to swallow it, it's going to weigh heavy on your chest. It's just going to be there. Unless you want to put it at the back, it's always going to be there. The best way with certain situations is to just swallow it. Swallow your anger, swallow your pride. Keep walking forward. That's the thing about life. It's only going to help you. Are you going to swallow it or do you
What an analogy.
I know you really can't choose who you like, because I like men. And that pissed me off on a dear homie to do.
Leave my dogs alone, Mom. Leave my dogs alone, bitch. Idiot. Stupid motherfucker. You hear that? You stupid.
Who you talking to?
You stupid motherfucker.
She's sick of y'all.
And another thing, I ain't gonna never forgive Mary J. Blige for this.
Mary?
Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, 3 cheeses, fresh rice and wrapped up in lime. Tasty flour tortilla, crispy chicken, wrapped up in lime.
The new chicken snack wraps. Come and get it at Burger.
Listen, we love a jingle. I mean, look at the Dr. Pepper girl.
My God, I thought that was you.
Yes.
Oh my God, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Right now, I see you here to eat some more chicken now.
Yes, I am.
Come on.
Look, let me ask you this question. When the last time you talked to my mama?
Who's your mama?
Come on now. You know they call me Devontae, but my name D. You know my mama, Vicky.
What?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That is my mama, yes.
It's been so long.
It's been a long time. I'm telling you. Oh my God. I can't wait to tell her that I saw you. You know what's crazy? She was just talking about you. I'm going to pull up here a little bit.
Fine, take your time. Come on down.
Oh my God. She was just talking about you yesterday, last night. Mama was just talking about you.
Wow.
Yes.
Hey, how are you?
Oh my God. I can't wait. And the last thing you talked to her, it was about when? Because you were probably a little boy, weren't you?
Yeah, I probably was. I mean, it's been a long time.
It's been a long time. I can't wait until I saw you.
Yes, I thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's good to see you. You got anything, words of encouragement you want to tell me?
What I can tell you, my brother, is God can take you only where no man can.
God almighty.
And just stay on, brother, man. Press on. No matter what's going on. No matter who likes you and who hates you. Keep on pressing. Keep being yourself, brother, man.
Thank you, man. I thank you. I love you. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Take care.
Happy day to you.
Same to you.
Jesus couldn't even get me pregnant. I saw a woman with a teenager and she was like, Moms, if you have a teenager and a toddler, what did that man say to convince you to start over? Baby, there's nothing a man could say to convince me to start over, and I have a 3-year-old. Jesus could come back right now and say, Jasmine, you gonna bring the next God. I would say, first of all, not the sandals. Second of all, get somebody else to do it, because I'm not doing it. And y'all can get mad and say, oh, you don't talk about Jesus like that. First of all, Jesus left before. You think I want to get pregnant so you can leave again? You done died once. I'm good, love. I'm good. I support you, though. Get somebody else to do it. Uh-huh.
You saying Jesus will be a deadbeat dad?
I have a cat that's way better than a kid. People with kids, they got to teach their kids how to shit. It's so weird. Kids so ungrateful. They shit on themselves. You try to help them and they run away. It's like, well, then live like that then. I'm clearly on your side. You know how you teach a cat where to shit? You don't. They come that way. That's how much smarter my cat is than everyone's child in this room. I put a litter box. You could take a cat from the street. Has never been inside it his entire fucking life. You put a cat litter, a box of cat litter just right in the corner. He's just going to look at that and be like, you know what? I'm shitting in that box of sand. That's what I'm doing. No questions asked. You don't got to teach him a goddamn thing. I taught my cat tricks, though. You can teach him a bunch of stuff. I say, what up, though? He fist bumps me. He can spin. He can jump through my arms. He can skateboard. This is all true. And I'll send my friends videos of the progress that he's made learning new tricks. And then recently a friend of mine responded to this text and said, Jeff, that's weird. You got to stop. Whoa, okay. You don't find this interesting? You're the same guy that sent me a video of your baby learning how to walk. Tell me what's more interesting. A cat jumping through a fucking hula hoop? Or a baby doing what the fuck they're supposed to do. Great, your kid can stand. Congrats, you don't have a dud. I don't care. Fuck you and your baby. You're out of the group chat. Your green bubble's ruining my fucking life anyways.
And you never live the life for real if you ain't never hit a parked car and fled the scene so fucking quick. You ain't never live life for real if you hit a parked car and fled the fucking scene so fucking quick after that. And you never live the life.
I mean, it's traumatizing, but you move on.
I'm gonna just throw this one out there. From the bottom of my heart, I figured I should tell everybody. I love bitching. I bitch all the time. I bitch about everything. I'm always complaining. Just figured I should let you guys know. I'm gonna just throw.
That's most of us.
I got a question. How do y'all cook y'all hot dogs? Because my sister was laughing at me about this, and I don't know why. I just throw it in here, and usually it cooks, you know? I got a question. How do you...
This is one of them questions about when you be like, who raised you? This is why.
He done lost his motherfucking mind. If you don't get the paws off my couch. What the hell wrong with you? You losing your mind. You done lost it. Why would you have your paws on my couch? You know I don't play that shit. I don't know what his problem is today, y'all. He tripping. Don't sit there and look crazy now. You know I don't play that. And why is your thing hanging out? You don't got no home training. Bye.
How much did she pay for that Frenchie? I have a Frenchie, but this guy looks confused all the time when you ask him something. Somebody said that his mind been gone. Somebody said, what made you want to buy that dog? I mean, for real, what was it about this dog? I mean...
Somebody can ask me how long it take me to fall in love. Shit, I start off in love and then start subtracting from that. So, like,
on the real, every day, I love my husband so much. But by the end of day 30, we be in love again. But it is a wave of love, ups and downs.
Hey, if you see me out in public on a date, don't think too hard. I'm just doing auditions. Just let me know if you're trying to go on one too. Hey, if you see me out in public on the...
After 30 years old, you trip and fall, that really could be it. I fell earlier. Now I feel like both of my hips on the wrong side of my body.
For real.
First off, I want to say thank you to you guys for the overwhelming amount of kind comments on my last post. You guys have given me so much hope for my future, and I just really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. A lot of you asked if there were like signs or if I thought that JJ was cheating on me, and that's why I looked through his phone. And honestly, no, there were no signs at all. He cheated on me on December 26th, and I found out on January 19th. So those 3 weeks were very normal, which is terrifying. But I threw him a surprise party the weekend before, and it was good vibes. So why did I look through his phone? So we were at Busch Gardens with his mom for his birthday, and I left my phone in the car. So we rode a bunch of rides all day. They were going to do one more, so I kept his phone. Like, I held on to it while they went and did one last ride. And so I was just sitting there on the bench with it, nothing else in my hands, and I just opened it. And I clicked on the messages. I saw her name. We'll just call her Megan. I saw her name, and I wouldn't have thought anything of it, but I hadn't like heard him talk about her in a while, so I was like, that's kind of weird, like, because I knew they used to be really good friends, and now she's like at the top of his messages, but I completely forgot she existed. So clicked on her name and it was all right there. And honestly, in my prior video, I sugarcoated the text messages. Like, they were nasty. He honestly would have had a better chance at convincing me that it wasn't him, because like that was not my man in those messages. I was like, what? Yeah, so the whole thing took me about 12 seconds. Then his mom and him started walking towards me again. I gave the phone back to him. The messages must have been up because it was like immediately he was in my ear, like, you know, give me a chance to explain this. Ari, it's not what it looks like. Like, I swear, like, this is not what it looks like. I'm like, what else could it possibly be? It was really bad. So he wanted his mom to drive home and we were gonna Uber, and I was like, no way, I'm riding with your mom. I'm going with her. Like, I am not staying here. You are not keeping me. So we got in the car. I immediately texted my sister what happened. We got back to the Airbnb. I told his mom on him. She was just too stunned to speak when I told her. Disgusted. She asked me if I needed to go home. I was like, yeah, actually, I'd love to go home and not have to stay another night with you guys here in Tampa. So I went home, spent the night at home, you know, good old-fashioned cry your eyes out, which honestly, that was probably the worst part of this whole thing, has been telling the people I love about it. Like, Mom, if you're watching this, do not ever cry like that to me ever again. That was horrific. We can never do that again. Yeah, just like my family's hearts like breaking for me, my friends, like it was just traumatic a little bit. Anyways, so the next day he gets dropped off. We walked probably like 4 miles and he just told me that, of course, this was a one-time huge lapse in judgment. Not that it mattered. He wasn't saying that to get me back, but I just can't get with that, because sure, even if it was a one-time lapse in judgment, like, what about every single day after that for 3 weeks that you looked me in the eye and told me you loved me? This man was going to say vows to me with this secret. Like, that's so disgusting. Yeah, that's kind of the whole story. I obviously called off the wedding. JJ's going to pay for it, pretty much all the deposits that we are going to lose. And then as for the girl, I don't really care about her, to be honest. I think she's gross, obviously. But at the end of the day, JJ was the one who owed me loyalty, not her.
Listen, even though it sucks, getting a divorce would be way more expensive, so you dodged one on that one.
When I turn 40, don't expect me to be dressed like no teenager. I'm talking about as soon as the clock strike 12, Monday through Sunday,
Yeah, right. In your mind, but you're gonna be sweats and a Nike Tech watch. Okay, y'all. I tried my best. My husband will probably complain and say that this is too short once again, but this is all I got. I mean, my life's busy. I'm not been on social media like that, you know. Not trying to sound fancy at all, but it just is what it is. I got inspiration drumming up for y'all. Y'all have an amazing week, and I'll be back.
And oh, yes, it is that time, that wonderful time for Therapy Thursday. Come on in the room. You know how we like to do. Tag somebody up and down the chat and let them know I'm glad to see you showed up for therapy. Find somebody at Ryan, at Bryant, at Michelle, whoever you see up and down the timeline, tag them, because you don't know what somebody is going through and how a word of encouragement can just encourage them to make it through another day. We all have our battles. We all have our battles, and sometimes certain warfares are more intense, and you'll be surprised what a word of encouragement can do, similar to sports. When somebody gets hit and they're down on the field, once they get up, everybody starts clapping. Even though it hurt, they're clapping. Even though they're injured, we're clapping. Because yes, it hurt you, but you're still mobile. So come on in the room. It is time for Therapy Thursday. We have been just having a wonderful time every single Thursday, whether it's myself, Isaac Curry, William Jackson. We are honored to serve you. Now, I must give this disclaimer, like this particular Therapy Thursday, what we're going to be discussing on today, I think everybody can be touched with. Everybody can be touched with, and I want to get to work because there's a lot that I want to share with you. I'm going to give you a lot of scripture to just corroborate my claim. And I don't know, y'all, this one might require a part 2 one day because it's a lot. I want to speak around this thought from this subject for our Therapy Thursday on tonight. What to do with what you can't forget. Anybody, like, you've been there or you are there, it's these memories though. It's not a forgiveness thing. I forgave them, but I just can't shake what happened. What to do with what you can't forget. I feel it already. Ladies and gentlemen, as we are starting the inauguration and initiation of this conversation that we're having on tonight, I must give us this sobering reminder. Right in the genesis of this conversation, I want to give us this sobering reminder, and that is, I want to remind you, be careful who you give access to. Be careful who you give access to, because if you give them access to you, by default, you gave them access to your mind. One more time. Be careful who you give access to, because if you give somebody access to you, by default, you have given them access to your mind. I've taught us this several times. We must view the mind as soil, and conversations are seeds. Access to the mind happens when we give somebody our time and give them our ear. Remember, the enemy loves to deceive through discussions. This is something that I was touching on Sunday for our brand new sermon series, Clarity. Bible all day, Genesis 3. Will you surely die? Did God say you will surely die? What is the enemy striving to do? He's striving to plant a thought which will make Eve question. And how does he do this? By getting in her ear. I feel this already, y'all. Someone right now, you are recovering because of a snake you allowed in your ear. Because of a snake that was having a conversation with you that caused for you to question what God said about you, caused you to question your personality. You too goofy. Why you act like that? And then you begin to change your personality due to an ex-criticism, not knowing that God could have given you that personality for your calling. I need you to be goofy because you're going to interact with children. I need you to be organized because I'm going to have you steward conferences and campaigns. I need for you to have the gift of leadership. Everything that they were critiquing, they were ignorant of the reality. This was given to me due to my calling and due to my personality. Hear me, family. You must be careful who has access to you. Better yet, you must be careful who you lease your ear to when you're vulnerable.
Are you sure your tax expert is right for you? Switch to TurboTax Full Service.
You must be careful who you lease your ear to when you're vulnerable, because that affects the way you think. That affects the way you think. It can be hazardous, treacherous, deleterious, downright life-wrecking to keep on leasing your ear to a snake. Keep on leasing your ear to a wrong voice, because wrong voices plant wrong seeds, and wrong seeds grow up into memories, and memories can stain. One more time. Wrong voices plant wrong seeds. Remember, the mind is soil. Wrong voices plant wrong seeds, and wrong seeds grow up into memories, and memories can stain your perspective, stain your outlook, stain your personality. You weren't like that until they said that. And every time you rehearse what they said, that memory reveals a stain. A stain. A stain. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I just feel some spiritual authority on this Therapy Thursday session. When you are angry, be careful who has access to your mind. When you are tired, be careful of who have access to your mind. When you are tired, be careful of who has access to your mind. When you are exhausted, be careful who has access to your mind. When you are discouraged, be careful who has access to your mind. When you get good news, be careful who has access to you, because somebody could not be proud of you the way that you should be proud of you due to the work, due to the grind, due to the obedience that you carried out, and they could end up robbing and stealing the joy of that moment. Be careful who has access to you when you get good news. Be careful who has access to you when you have bad news. Be careful who has access to you when you're horny. Y'all don't want to talk to me. Be careful who has access to you when you are striving to be obedient and give birth to everything that God has placed on the inside of you. You must be cognizant of who is lending their hand in an attempt to grab what I'm giving birth to. Somebody put in the room, be careful who's trying to hold your baby. Be careful who's trying to hold your baby. I don't let just anybody walk up and grab Josiah, my youngest child. Be careful who you are allowing to have access to your baby. I'm going to give you a passage of scripture, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. It corrupts good character. Proverbs 13, verse 20. Whoever walks with the wise becomes wise, but a companion of fools suffers harm. So you don't even have to be a fool. If you hang with foolish people, you're going to suffer just because you gave them access. Y'all looking at the text? But the companion of fools, meaning you're surrounded by foolish people. The companion of fools suffer harms. So I'm hurting because of my circle. I'm hurting because who I'm allowing in my atmosphere. There's three things I want us to remember as we start this conversation on tonight. The safest place, this is number one, the safest place for your spirit is under the blood. The safest place for your choices is in God's will. And the safest place for your mind is on God's word and his faithfulness. That's so good, y'all. The safest place for your spirit is under the blood. There's no condemnation for those that are in Christ Jesus. The safest place for your choices is in God's will. Lord, does this choice complement your will for my life or contradict your plan for my life? Because I want your will and my will to color coordinate. I want your will and my will to be in sync. The safest place for your mind, the safest place for your thought process, the safest place for your imagination, the safest place for what you concentrate on is the Word of God and His faithfulness. Be careful who's lending a hand to you when you're giving birth to what God put on the inside of you. And to better corroborate my claim, I remember I read this article. This was something I shared. I never shared this on a Therapy Thursday. I believe I shared this during a sermon, possibly 3 or 4 years ago. And it was a doctor in the 1850s. Dr. Ignaz Samuels was confused. He was confused and even grieved on why does it seem all of the mothers who give birth to these babies keep on dying. is a true story. You can research it on your own. In the mid-19th century, 5 out of 1,000 women would experience death either when having a midwife help them with delivery or they were giving delivery to their baby at home. But the best doctors in the best maternity hospitals, they were noticing this pattern. The best doctors and the best nurses, the best surgeons in all of the maternity hospitals in Europe and America that were performing these deliveries were noticing the death rate, the maternal death rate was often 10 to 20 times higher. How is it 5 out of 1,000 women who have a midwife are giving birth at home, only 5 of those are likely to experience death, but then we're at these elite at the time maternity hospitals and we keep on experiencing 10 to 20 times more of a maternal death rate when it comes to these mothers giving birth to these babies. And this was called the childbed fever. The childbed fever, it was when pus would emanate from the birth canal and there would be painful abscess in the abdomen and the chest, all within 24 to 36 hours after birth. And this childbed fever epidemic was causing for it to be a third of Dr. Inui's patients experiencing death. So he's bothered, how are a third of my patients dying? And then the mothers who were expecting were nervous. They begin to call this doctor's plague. It was like, hey, don't get pregnant. If you do, you better have a midwife. You better do it at home because there's this doctor's plague of this morbid poison that's happening. Don't give birth. And so Dr. Samuels is really trying to figure out what's going on. He has all of the top tier doctors, top tier nurses and surgeons, and even medical students. They're going in the autopsy ward and trying to figure out what is causing for these mothers who are giving birth to die shortly after. And he started to make a connection. He noticed other hospitals that did not have an autopsy ward, they were not experiencing the same maternal death rate as their particular hospital. And so they're trying to figure out, they're having these autopsies, trying to figure out what's going on. And then it hit him. It hit him because a lady was going in labor. And the doctors left the autopsy ward, went to help this lady give birth, and they never washed their hands. The same hands that were in a dead womb were the same hands that were trying to help a woman give birth. Be careful who's extending a hand to you when you're trying to birth what God gave you. The same hands a few hours ago that was handling dead stuff. The same hands a few moments ago that was handling something that has deceased is now reaching out his hands to try to help you push out life that God has given you. And it's possible that our thoughts, our memories, something died in 2016. But our memories keep on extending its dead hands to try to grab a new day, a new sunrise, and something in you keeps dying. I'm missing today because of something that died in me in 2016, 2017. This is how it's possible for you to die at 24 but not be buried to 72. Talk, Holy Spirit. The same hands that was handling the dead is the same hands that's reaching out to try to handle the life that you're giving birth to. And that's exactly what negative overthinking, bad memories could do. It'll kill what's fresh.
Ready to refresh your space for less at